Riverside's been running, since about 2000. It started off in the back garden of the parents of a guy called Patrick, who drums with the band Smilex, who were on last week's show. And it sort of went from that to it's about 9,000 or 10,000 people there, 2 stages, stalls. It's a proper run festival, but it's all done on donations, goodwill, and kindness.
Get ready your breakfast with Rich Smith.
We're catching up with Rich right now from the Melting Pot. Morning, Rich. How are you, mate?
I'm not too bad, my friend. How have you been?
I am well. A man that has just told me that he sat through the Barbie film and quite enjoyed it.
Hands up. I did give my daughter the option to see an Oppenheimer or Barbie. She opted for the Barbie movie. So next time she's staying with me, we'll go and see the Oppenheimer movie. I suspect that won't happen. But it was, what was the phrase you used off there? Palatable. There we go. We'll go with that. It was,
We'll move on from your less specialist subject of the Barbie film onto your more specialist subject of what's coming up this weekend. I mean, I know we've got Melting Pot on tonight, but it's a special mixed show, and you've got a big weekend ahead.
We certainly have. So last year, myself and Deadly were asked to compare and DJ at the Riverside Festival in Charlbury, which has been running for sort of 20 plus years. So we were invited to do that on a Saturday, and they must have taken leave of the senses because they've asked us back this year to do the same thing across the entire weekend. So anyone who's not been before, Riverside's been running, since about 2000. It started off in the back garden of the parents of a guy called Patrick, who drums with the band Smilex, who were on last week's show. And it sort of went from that to it's about 9,000 or 10,000 people there, 2 stages, stalls. It's a proper run festival, but it's all done on donations, goodwill, and kindness, and it's made it this far. And it really is quite an awesome lineup. So on the Quickfix recording stage, which is where we will be, there's a lot of local acts playing. So Smilex, I've mentioned, Chica, who we've championed the show for years now, Giggsy, Barrel House, Desert Storm. The headline acts on the Saturday is none other than Adamski.
Oh,
so
wow.
Adamski will do this thing. So there's all sorts going on. There's a lot more information if you nip on to www.riversidefestival.charlbury.com. You can see what's going on across both stages. There's other acts that are playing mid-air, playing on the other stage. Dolly Mavis. There's so much going on. It's a brilliant festival, and we're really excited about it.
Yeah, it really is. It's sort of popping down there. It's amazing that it's free. That's the ridiculous thing about it. There's this amazing thing. It's an amazing location for a start. I mean, Charlbury is beautiful nonetheless. And walking down that little hill onto it's kind of like, they call it the River Island, don't they?
That's right. Yeah, they do.
which is brilliant. And you just walk in, and everyone is of the same ilk and vibe. It's just seeing great music surrounded by great surroundings. And it's such a positive, great place to be of a weekend.
I completely agree. I mean, I'd not been for years, and then when we rocked up last year, just the way the artists were all mixing with the audience, people were chatting to each other. It was so lovely to see. Very family friendly, very well run. Just everybody involved was involved for the right reasons. It's you get a real sense of community. Charlbury is a lovely place anyway. And it was just, we just got to keep our fingers crossed the weather's okay. The weather forecast, a bit variable, but the Quickfix stage is in a marquee. So, worst case, we'll be dry.
Worst case, they'll be seeing you.
We'll have I was going to say, they'll have a captive audience, get drenched to listen to me and Deadly talk nonsense to each other about Stevie Wonder in Cowley Road and other little known facts that are all true. That's on Melting Pot. So yes, so tonight's in the mix is very much about the artists playing. So we've done a mix of acts across the entire weekend on both stages, just to give people a flavour of what to expect.
It's well worth tuning into tonight at night. There are some phenomenal bands in there. It's a brilliant mix of everything that is wonderful and brilliant about Oxford. And leading on from our band week that we did last week, Truck Festival being at the weekend as well, which is a bit of a soggy affair, but loads of great bands being there. And down to Riverside as well. It's going to be absolutely amazing. In terms of Melting Pot, just while you're here, coming up in the next few weeks, what can we expect? Any little teasers? Any little bits and bobs?
We've got some great interviews lined up. We were chatting to Mark from the Shaven Primates at the start of the week. He's going to be on the show. My friend Andy Skinner, who does gentrified hip hop with Captain Zeppelin and a Cup of Tea crew. He's going to be on. We've got some fairly sizable names, which I'm not able to disclose at the moment. Obviously, we've previously interviewed Phil from Radiohead, Gaz from Supergrass. There's a few more bubbling away. We are getting so much new music through, and I apologise we can't play all of it. We listen to everything we're sent. Everything we're sent, we listen to, and we fit as much in as we can. I mean, the bulk of the show is very much about new music. Yeah. So yeah, it's exciting times. I was also going to say, looking slightly further ahead, and probably something I can talk to you a bit nearer the time. We've also got involved with curating that alongside Pete from Midair. There's going to be an event on Saturday the 16th of September at the Red Lion in Ensham. Called Lionaid, and Lionaid is going to be raising money for the food banks and the Teenage Diabetes Trust. There's various things going on across the day. The lineup, if you look at the Red Lion on Facebook, you'll see more information there, and it'll be posted near the time. Melting pot are all over this, and we're very much going to be more of the madness you can expect from me and Deadly, and I probably have got used to from me and Deadly. They've got a raffle they're running as well, and another former guest on the show, Dave Pym, who runs Arc Studios here in Ensham, has donated an entire recording package for an artist. So there's a great opportunity to, if you buy a raffle ticket, you could win, several £100 worth of studio time. I've seen the studio as well, and it's wow, it's pretty mind blowing. So we're going to be quite busy, I guess is the long and short of it. So that's obviously further ahead in September. Do check in and support the show. We're every other Thursday in the mix. We've got some very interesting curators coming up on that side as well, including the guys listening to us on the other side of the world. Well, maybe he went to the other side of the world to avoid me and Daddy, but he still listens to the show. So that's all good. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's
brilliant.
What's coming up.
Busy. Loads of great stuff. I'm sure people heading down to Riverside, go and say hi to Rich and Deadly. They'll be dry. They'll be the dry ones at the festival.
We will.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Rich, always a pleasure catching up with you, mate.
Definitely, my friend. I'll see you soon for a beer.
Nice one. Brilliant. That's the Melting Pot. Make sure you catch it tonight. A Riverside special in the mix. All the bands and everything that's going to be playing there. It's a proper good listen. It's tonight from 9 on Get Radio, of course, and you can listen back to all the previous shows at getradio.co.uk, and make sure you follow the Melting Pot on all the socials. Search for Get Radio, Melting Pot. They are there and doing a brilliant job. Brilliant stuff.